All right, when we know a point other than the y-intercept, we need a new formula. Okay, so if we have, say, 2, 5 and the slope, we can't use our slope-intercept form because that's only if we have the intercept. So what we're going to now use is called the point slope formula. And what we need is some point, x1, y1, and the slope m. And what we do is we plug it into this formula. So we plug our x1 over here, our y1 here, we keep x and y just as x and y, we plug our slope in, and then we do what we've been doing. We solve for y. That's if they ask for the slope-intercept form. Otherwise, we can just leave it as it is. But most of the time, they say put it into the slope-intercept form. Okay, and so then after we do that, then we have our y equals mx plus b. So we solve and we get y equals mx plus b. Then we can do our normal intercept and slope, and we can get our graph drawn if we need to also. Now we can also do this if we know only 2 points. No slope, but just 2 points. If we know 2 points, first we find the slope, using the formula for slope. And then after that, we use one of the 2 points, it doesn't matter which one, plus the slope, and we can plug those into our point slope formula. So here we want to write the slope-intercept formula line given the following information. Well, here we've got a point and a slope. Well, we don't have the intercept though. So what we're going to do is we're going to say, okay, well, we have y minus y1, which is 2, equals m 1/2 times x minus x1, which is 2. Now we simplify. That means we have to distribute. And so we get y minus 2 equals 1/2 x minus 1. Now we'll add 2 to both sides. So y equals 1/2 x plus 1. And that's the slope-intercept form for the given information there. All right, what about here? Well, now we have this point and this intercept or this slope, and so we're going to say y minus, well, y1 is a -3 equals m -2/5 times x minus x1, which is -5. So now we have y plus 3 equals, now this is actually x plus 5 as well, so we're going to take a -2/5 times x, and then we're going to take it times that, and so we're going to get a -2/5 x. That was positive, now, and now it becomes a negative. 5's cancel, and we get a 2. Now we're going to subtract 3, and so y equals -2/5 x minus 5. All right. So that's our equation given the original 1 point and our original slope. Okay. What about here? Well, isn't this 0 comma b, and we have our that, so we can put it directly into the slope intercept. We don't even have to do this point slope form. So this one they threw in there to kind of trick you to think, oh, I need to do the point slope formula, but you don't. You can just plug it into y equals m -1/4 x minus 5, and you get your answer. Okay. So that's kind of a nice thing where sometimes they give you things that you think, oh, I've got to do extra work, but you really, in reality, don't have to do that. Okay. What about the next one? Well, with slope equal to 0, we know it's going to be some kind of a line, and let's use green. So and it's going to be through this point here, the 4. And so it's going to actually be like that. So it's going to be -5, 4. That's going to be the point, and the slope being 0, that means it's that horizontal line there. So we can directly write this and say, okay, well, that's just y equals 4. And we're done. We don't have to actually plug anything in because we know it's horizontal, and we know that the point that they're intercepting is right here, and it's going through that, and it's going horizontal. And so all y equals 4 is going to work. And so that is going to be the most simple kind of formula you can have. All right, let's do some more. Here we have 3, 3, and 7/3. So again, it looks like we're gonna have to do y minus 3 equals 7/3 times x minus 3, plugging in all x1 and y1s and our slope. So now we have to distribute, and so we have y minus 3 equals 7/3 thirds x, and then minus, well, the 3's cancel and we have 7. Now we add 3, and we get y equals 7 thirds x minus 4. And that would be our slope-intercept formula. That's going to be our intercept. That's going to be our slope. All right. Well, undefined, what do we know about undefined? Well, let's draw the cross there for our axes. And we know that to be undefined, we're going to have a vertical. And, well, let's go ahead and put it, in a proper sense. How is it going to be vertical? It's going to be vertical at what? Well, x equals 4, okay? And so we go over here to x equals 4. It's going to be vertical. And so at minus 2, 4, it's going to be, or well, 4 minus 2, that's going to be here. And we could also have it at, 4, 3, or whatever it is. But what does that line represent? Well, that represents x equals what? Well, x equals 4. So with the undefined, we know it's vertical, and that means x is going to be the same all the time, and that x is 4. So our equation is x equals 4. All right, what about this one? Well, here we're going to do the point slope form again. So we're going to take y minus y1, which is a negative 5, equals our slope, which is 2 times x minus a minus 2. Okay, well, that becomes y plus 5 equals, now we're going to distribute, and that's going to be 2x, that's plus 2 times 2, so that's plus 4. Now we're going to subtract 5. So that gives us y equals, now we have 2x, and minus 5 plus 4 is going to give us a minus 1. Okay, and so that would be our final equation in that sense. All right, what about this one? Slope is equal to 0 again. So again, we know with slope equal to 0, we're going to have some horizontal line at y equals whatever. So it's going to be y equals 2, because at 1, 2, it's going to be here. And to be horizontal, it has to be that way through all of them. And so we can say y equals 2. Okay, so now we've got the undefined, we've got the slope equals 0, and we can see how easy those are to get to the answers. All right, how about here? Again, we're going to say, well, y minus, and then we have 1 equals 1/2 times, that's x, minus a minus 4. Well, y minus 1 equals, and now we're going to distribute, and that's going to be 1/2 x. That's going to be a plus 4 times a half, so it's going to be plus 2. Now we'll add 1 to both sides, and so we get y equals 1/2 x plus 3. And it looks like we have one more undefined, and again, that's the vertical line, and so it's going to be wherever x is, so it's at a negative 7. Say that's here, so we have a negative 7, 6, that would be that point, and with undefined, we know it's vertical from that point, and so now we can see that our equation is going to be x equals negative 7. All right, let's stop here and we'll come back for more.